Myself, Dr. Usha Vyas. Today, my topic is Shaw as a satirist. Satire distinguished from humor. A good satirist is a critic whose aim is to reform or correct human or social weaknesses, vices, or follies, and the weapon with which he uses for his purpose is that of laughter. His aim is to laugh folly out of countenance or to scorn it into shame in order to focus attention on what he wants to improve. The satirist often exaggerates reality and lashes at it with force and vehemence. It is the moral indignation of the artist at human wickedness, vice, or folly which distinguishes him from a true humorist, which is always gentle and sympathetic in his laughter. A humorist laughs with others, while a satirist laughs at others. A satirist is often bitter, savage, and sharp, even coarse and brutal, while there is no bitterness in a true humorist. Now, the next point in this discussion is Shaw as a dramatic satirist and reasons for this view. Shaw's purpose was social reform, and he used his plays as instruments to attack the mind, the conscience, and the cherished institutions of his audiences. He used satiric means, irony, sarcasm, etc., to puncture a host of social institutions and conventions, and so has presented a Mephistophelian image to the people. Critic after critic has called him a satirist. Thus, Kazamian is of the opinion that satire is the leading feature of his plays, and laughter is merely the sugar coating thrown over the traditional bitter pill. The boldest outbreaks of intelligence had always in England found acceptance through a pretended lightness of tone. Chandler agrees with Kazamian and shows that Shaw's plays are full of satire. He asserts that Shaw was an idealist who wanted that all individual institutions and codes of conduct should conform to his idea of what is right and proper, and since they do not so conform, he lashes at them to his heart's content with the lash of laughter. The third point in this answer is the satiric vein in Shaw's plays. There is no doubt that there is a vein of satire running through the dramatic works of Shaw. In one play after another, he analyzes facts regarding social institutions, codes, and conventions, and exposes their weaknesses, shortcomings, etc. Throughout his long dramatic career, he warned on shame, hypocrisy, cant, and affectation. He wanted to pull down the undesirable structure of obsolete social institutions and so often exaggerated their hollowness. We often find him indulging in exaggeration or distortion of facts and describing things in an inverted form. In this respect, he is at one with satirists in general. In one play after another, he pulls down old idols by exaggerating their faults and thus holds them up to ridicule. The institutions of marriage and family, romantic love, war, religion, adoration of woman, the cult of respectability, democracy, etc., all come within his lash. There is enough of satire in Candida also. Through Burgess, he has satirized the model employers who exploit and overwork their employees, including women and children. He has his fling on contemporary university education also and shows that it produces vain and conceited young people like Alexander Mill who imitates others and cannot think for themselves. The hollowness of the claims of the church that the kingdom of heaven on earth can be established through preaching has also been ridiculed and satirized in Candida. The next point is his optimism, lack of bitterness. However, too much must not be made of the satiric vein in Shaw's plays. Shaw is distinguished from a satirist by the fact that he is not a frustrated individual. His outlook on life is not soured or bitter, and his approach is joyous and optimistic. His philosophy of life force is an optimistic one, holding out the hope of gradual emergence of a superior race and a better and more rational organization of society. This optimism and inborn cheerfulness prevents the intrusion of any bitterness in his place and imparts to them a benevolence not always recognized but invariably present, which makes him, as a comedy writer, unique except for Shakespeare. He lacks the savagery of a Swift. His intention is never to cause pain but always to bring out social reform and correction. Besides this, he is never personal. As Professor Mercy emphasizes, he worked on a host of social institutions over a long span of time but did not make even a single enemy. His sincerity of purpose and intellectual honesty are hard to mistake, and so his satire is never offensive. Satire is there, but it is only an instrument of a higher and larger purpose. This is all for today. This was Shaw as a satirist. Thanks so much for watching. See you again